It's election time in South Africa. A small group of expats in Sydney gather early morning to travel by bus to Canberra to cast their vote. No postal votes are allowed, only a vote cast in person. My name is Christiane Tyler-Stott. I've organised a bus from Sydney because it is important.
Well, good morning everyone. Thank you so much. We are finally on the bus and the bus is finally ready to depart. It's just fantastic to meet so many excited, enthusiastic people who have made significant sacrifices.
2009 was the first election in the history of South Africa where South Africans living abroad were actually entitled to vote. But in Australia, only in Canberra can you cast that ballot.
And what I had to do was put in a full day's annual leave, hire a car at my own expense, and if I recall, the cost of that was probably around about the $200 mark, so that's over R1,000, I guess, in today's terms.
There was obviously you had to leave to get here. First of all, you had to actually, going up and register initially and do all of these things or pay to even get to Canberra, which is, some people find it's too much to do. And I don't blame them.
Drive myself the 3.5 hours to Canberra, vote, get back in the car, turn it around and go back all the way to Sydney again to be back at work all ready to go again.
If there are barriers like having to come all the way to Canberra, it makes it really difficult. So having something like a postal vote would make it easier and you'll get more people doing it,
I want to show solidarity, show that even though I live in a different country, I still think of home.
And we want to be able to be part of that process because we're still South African and we still love our country and we still want the best for it even though we're not there anymore.
There's a lot back home. Obviously all my family are back there.
Being here today at least gives me a feeling like I can still contribute and still do something for the country. Being 13,000 k's away.
It doesn't matter where you live, it's important to vote, it's important to still remember where you come from and who you are.
Africa on my vein, centered where I can look at it, so everything else is on the sides and it's important, but Africa is home.
After a long trip, we arrive in Canberra. Line up, nothing special you say, just another group of voters casting their ballot.
So far about 224 people voted and we're still expecting plus minus 900 people coming to vote from all over the states in Australia.
The voting process starts and we meet even more South Africans describing their journeys.
Yeah, for us to come here was a huge challenge because number one, she's pregnant, she's due in a few days' time. On the way, she's been complaining of cramps and pressure pains. I was a bit concerned. I was a bit worried also. I'm like, honey, must I stop along the road or something? I'm glad to be here also because my vote is pretty much important because one vote can make a big change in the country. It can either mean that one political party stays in power or a new one comes into power. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Even though I'm a dual citizen, I still need to exercise my right as to the future of South Africa and to make an impact. So that's why I vote.